Rex Bisson, founder and proprietor of Quality International School, Yaoundé, Cameroon. I want to thank God Almighty, who has been at the beginning of this project in September 2002. I want to thank also friends and family who believed me at the beginning of this project and came along with me. I want to thank the technicians who also put in their best. At this point, I want to, as I look back, God gave us a project, a location, and people who accompanied us in this project. All glory be given to Him. I want to thank particularly also the few students and their parents who trusted us in those beginning years. We started off with about 27 learners and 4 teachers, one of whom was the headmistress, Imelda Ngando. I thank God for her and for the work she put in at the beginning of this institution. After Imelda Ngando, we had Mr. Daniel Tambi, the next head teacher, who came in for maybe 2 years and also did what he could. I want to thank particularly again my friends and partners who put in finances, who put in their time to ensure that this project takes off. I will be eternally grateful to each one of them. Continuing on the line of administration, I want to acknowledge my daughter, my friend, a teacher, administrator, the third head teacher, Madame Pere Margaret, who today has served in this institution for about 20 years, first as a teacher, and then as a head teacher, and lately as assistant manager. She's a valuable resource in this institution, and I thank God for her. And her team, because right now she has a good team that handles the primary school very effectively. I want to thank God also for the secondary, Mr. Dennis Tabi Orok, the first principal of the secondary, helping us in 2008 with the few students that we had with Valerie. There are many others who assisted in that project. Today, Quality International School, we talk about 1,000 students, or 1,000 learners from daycare right to high school, and 87 staff, teaching and auxiliary staff. All this, the work of God. When we started in rented premises, a home, but today we have 3 blocks. The Alpha block, which is the first block, has about some 30 classrooms and offices. The next block, the Beta block, which houses the secondary, has 11 rooms, the principal's office, the secretariat, classrooms. The next block, the Gamma block, houses the vice principal's office and the discipline master's office, the laboratories, a huge computer lab, a science lab and prep room, and a number of classrooms. The basement of the Beta and Gamma blocks are the assembly area, assembly hall, which can take about 1,000 people. All this to the glory of God. For this project to be realized, I want to mention a few names, particularly the building, because we had a lot of challenges from the very beginning. View the terrain, the nature of the terrain, very slopey, was a runoff, an area for runoff water in the whole quarter. But by the grace of God, the structures you see standing here now are a testimony of the hand of God. The first retention wall that was put on this very difficult terrain was washed down by rain, and it was a big discouragement. But later on, a faithful friend, Philemon Nju, identified a very serious technician, Mr. Tanko George, the builder, who came and picked it up from the roof, from the foundation of the Alpha block right to the roof. And next, when we moved to the Beta block, Mr. Tanko George again came to the assistance of the school with the engineer, Mr. Ngalame, and took up that project of the Beta block. Finally, the Gamma block is on a piece of land that was bought from a neighbor, and Mr. Ngalame George, Mr. Tanko, and I want to acknowledge also Mr. Magba Paul for his technicians who came and did a lot of soil testing for the structures, and the work was done. Alongside, Philemon did the electricity. Mr. Madola did the plumbing work for this whole structure. I want to really acknowledge him. I also want to acknowledge the many friends that have helped us. The school we have a borehole in this school which supplies excellent drinking water for all the students and even the neighborhood 24/7. I acknowledge the hand of God in allowing us discover water at such a height. And in a city where potable water is a challenge, here in Quality International School, we have water. And we know that water is life. I want to thank God for just enabling us to find water. The people who have dug boreholes have not found water. Here the hand of God has been with us. I will not forget the finances. I want to thank particularly Mr. Agwo Tabi Eric, who came and helped us from 2010 upwards to just help us to put our books straight, see how we could keep the financial records correctly. I want to thank Pastor Claude, who came in to computerize the system. Oh, I have some very, very, very staff. Ivo is a tireless staff member, just to mention a few. Vivian and Marok, who was a principal for 7 years. These are people who have made enormous contributions. I have a special thank you to Mr. Lazar, who came in as a second-year university student, but he was a guard. Now he is in charge of security and logistics in Quality International School. He's a tireless young man, putting in his all 24/7. I really want to thank Lazar for what he has put in. And for all the staff members, I want to say that God has selected the people that we need on the ground in Quality International School. And we are impacting the world. Our students are already found now in many parts of the world, either as experts or as technicians, or still pursuing knowledge. And in these days of artificial intelligence, we have a number of our students working very seriously in all the modern areas of technology, the ICT. All this has been the hand of God. And I want to thank each person again who has put in a lot to ensure that this project stands. We still have a long way to go because we're dealing with a generation of young people, of children who have different challenges than the older generation had. So we still have a lot of work to do, helping them, guiding them towards a disciplined life, towards integrity, and towards devotion, which is the motto of the school. In Quality International School, we say every child is an achiever, and we do everything to ensure that every child achieves in the domain of the skills and capacities that God has given him, so that we can truly impact the world. God has given each of us something. God is the maker, and it is only but necessary that we go back to the maker to be able to get all that which we need to impact the world that he has created usefully, not only for time, but also for eternity, because God has put time and eternity in man, and he is the one who handles it. So again, thank you very, very much. May the Lord just help us as we celebrate 20 years and look forward to many more years. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.